Hi guys, and welcome to my first reaction video to Last Light. Just gonna basically go over the good things and about things that I've noticed so far. And just to clear this up right from the start, it's basically Dead Island 3. Pretty much, it is actually Dead Island 3. In fact, I think it was actually developed as Dead Island 3, so it's going to share a lot of similarities with the Dead Island series. So yeah, I think it was actually developed as Dead Island 3, and then there were either problems with the developer or the studio actually got shut down, or it just basically didn't happen. So it was transferred over anyway and released as a brand new game. But a lot of it is shared with Dead Island, so if you have played or are a fan of those games, then this is pretty much one for you to get. So yeah, the combat and everything is very good. I like the combat, as I did in Dead Island. It does have a very RPG feel to it, in the way that you upgrade and pick up crafting materials for different things like health packs while you're out in the world. That was particularly messy, which is one of the other good points I'm going to get to. This game is a lot messier than Dead Island. There is a lot more gore in this, and I think that's pretty much because technology's moved on from the last Dead Island game, and this is the Xbox One version. So I can't speak for the 360 version if there is one. But yeah, next gen graphics means lots and lots of exploding heads. Also, you also saw there was the X-ray version, the X-ray shot of a hit on one of the zombies, which you get when you break one of their bones. It's similar to some of the sniper games where you get an internal X-ray shot when you get a good kill. There's another one, for instance, where I've broken his skull. At this point in time, at this point in my skill tree, that pretty much just means that I've managed to stun one of the zombies. If you get one for the head anyway, it means you've actually stunned the zombie. But for most of the rest of them, it just means you've broken something for the rest of the body. But yeah, so I really do like the way this game plays. Another thing that I like is the fact that they have added the parkour element now, so a good way to avoid zombies is to climb. There wasn't really much in the way of climbing in Dead Island 2, for instance, so it's nice to see that added in. It's a good way to avoid zombies, it's a good way to get around. But there is actually a separate skill tree for agility, which is based around climbing and getting around without going near the floor. So another good point that I like is the fact that the world isn't quite as dead as it was in the other games. Other games of this type, like again Dead Island, one thing you'll notice is the world is pretty much dead. You'll occasionally find another survivor, but aside from that, there are no random encounters. This game actually does now have random encounters. Like, for instance, you'll find somebody who's hiding away in a building, away from the zombies, and he'll be asking for help, and you'll get a cash bonus if you manage to help, and a bonus to experience. Experience actually comes in 3 different types now. There is combat experience, which you get from causing hits and getting kills to zombies. There's agility, which you've already mentioned, which is for climbing, and I think you get points as well if you manage to get kills from above a zombie. So if you, for instance, could manage to kill them from here in the video, then you would get points to agility instead of combat. I mean, you might get both. But I managed to level up my agility doing that. And then there is your survivor rank. Your survivor rank is what you get when you get experience from completing missions, saving people in random encounters, and reactivating safe zones, which is actually what I'm doing in this part of the video. As far as the zombies go, there are different types of zombies in this game. It's not just your you know, 3 or 4 specials and then your standard zombies. The standard zombies in this are quite slow and fairly easily avoided. In Dead Island they were all pretty quick. They were your runner type zombies, the kind that are actually quick enough to keep up with you, but they'd leave you alone after a while. In this, standard zombies are pretty slow, but they will charge at you, as you'd seen on a couple of them earlier. Those are biters. Those are the type that will actually chase you around and try and bite you. They'll actually latch onto you. Then there are standard ones that just try and hit you. And then there are the fast ones. The fast ones will, as you saw earlier on as well, they will chase you. They will actually follow you when you climb. They'll try and follow you. They can't do a lot of the maneuvers that you can do, but they can basically climb up on top of like a roof if you're standing on one, so long as it's not too high. But as far as actually chasing you around as you parkour around the level, they can't do that. Later on though, there are those that can. There are those that actually can chase you around and will chase you around. And those are the ones that you've got to watch out for. Now, at this point in time, I've only had an encounter with one special infected type of zombie, and it kind of spat acid at you. But aside from that, no. There is a heavy type zombie as well. He runs around, well, he walks around, lurches around with a club made out of a bit of concrete rebar with a chunk of concrete on the end. They are tough to kill, very difficult to kill. And in this section of the video as well, there's another thing that changed over Dead Island, which is combat against humans. See, in Dead Island, there was only, in Dead Island 2, I think there was one section where you had to take on other humans. In this, it's a relatively rare, relatively frequent occurrence, rather. And human fights are a lot more dangerous than zombies, unless you come up against a group of fairly special and difficult zombies to kill. These guys, they will jump, they will dodge, they will avoid you, and they will block. And they will actually chase you around, and they will hit you just as hard as you can hit them. The benefit, of course, is that they'll pretty much always give you weapons of one type or another. Plot-wise, I haven't actually managed to get through much of the plot yet, but it doesn't seem too bad. It actually seems quite good. Again, I can't really comment on most of the plot, but from what I've seen of it so far, it is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Lena, it's Crane.
Yes.
So, yeah, there we go. That is what I've managed to get from this game so far.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, but Yusuf tipped him off that I was coming.
I was afraid of that. Brecken was going to lock him up, but he'd already slipped out.
Now, if he comes back, I'm gonna have a word with
I
him.
will actually say this is pretty much one to watch. This is one to play, actually.